Hello to what the fuck? Hello to all. How are you all doing? I don't know how racist that is. Hello to one and all. This is AJ the One here, and today I'm going to be doing part 2 of What If Deku Had Chakra. Chakra. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and I'll get this video started. So, as I left off, I basically left off when explaining about how Izuku got his abilities. So because of this, guess where I'm going to start? At the entrance exam. Izuku will be in front of the entrance exam, basically, or in front of the UA gates walking into going to UA. Izuku, because he would gotten ninja-like training from Ma and Pa, he would not end up tripping over the, the messed up slab on the ground. So because of this, he wouldn't meet Uraraka. He would still have the same encounter with Katsuki. Or no, he wouldn't. The only reason he did is because he tripped over the rock and stalled time. So yeah, he would end up making it into UA, and he would play out on his practical test. He would get the same thing as canon and time. Not the practical, the written test. For the written test, he would get the same thing as in canon, but time for the practical test. That's what I meant. So, President Mike would say the same thing. Izuku would still end up muttering, and Ida would still end up doing the same thing. Just because Izuku has gotten training from Ma and Pa doesn't really excuse his muttering, or his or it doesn't even increase his confidence all too much. It's been increased, but not as much as you would think, because the fact that Izuku has the quirk of the number one hero in all of Japan and then still acted the way that he did. I don't think like some old ancient ninja power from 2 random frogs is going to give him much of a confidence boost. So he would get a slight confidence boost, because I would feel like Ma and Pa would be like you need to get your confidence up, sonny. You know, Pa would say something about like, what about the girls? If you're not going to be confident with them, none of them are going to talk to you. You could realize that's kind of true. But Ma would basically end up saying something along the lines of like, girls aren't everything. You also what about in a fight? If you're not confident, then you're not going to win. So Izuku's confidence would be up, but not enough to say anything to Ida, as he did just call him out in front of a group of people, and he was talking. So he would end up basically accepting it, and he would end up the explanation would continue. Izuku would be outside. He would try to walk up front to as Izuku not really knowing what else to do. He would just basically stand around waiting for it to start, as he would realize that it's going to start soon as, I don't know why I'm saying as so much. He would realize that the test is going to start soon, so he would decide to try and walk up to the front of the gate. Ida, damn. Ida would end up walking in front of Izuku, basically saying, I know you're going to go and interrupt that girl. Izuku looking confused, like, what girl? As Ida would point to that girl, as Ida would end up pointing over to Uraraka. Izuku would look over as he would say, oh no, I was just trying to get to the front. As Ida would say that, I don't know, Ida would say something stupid, as Izuku would just say that if he wants to, he could just follow him to the front as well, to prove to him that he's not going to talk to her. As either way, if you're in the front, then it benefits you, and you can also make sure that I don't mess with any other student. Ida thinking that this is a good idea, as he would end up following Izuku to the front of the line. And also, Ida also would end up apologizing to Izuku, taking back to what he said, as because if he thought of something like that so quick, and also thought of a way to thwart his hypothetical plan, then he's okay. Then he's okay. So Izuku and Ida will already basically be friends and be talking a little bit before the test starts. As Ida would basically end up telling like Izuku that it was nice to meet him, and he would like to keep talking, but this test is going to start soon, and he thinks that they should be quiet. Ezekiel would end up scratching the back of his head lightly as he would end up agreeing, as they would basically sit in silence waiting. After a little while, President Mike would say the same thing. 3, 2, 1. What are you all doing? There aren't any real countdowns in a real battle. Go, go, go. Ida will basically end up rushing off into the area faster than anybody. And even Izuku would be shocked as not only he's physically fit, but plus the chakra, and Ida's still faster than him. Izuku would honestly just be flabbergasted. But anyway, basically, how Izuku would end up taking out robots in this case is the fact that Izuku would simply just go around just using Wenjutsu and using all of it really. He would rush up to a 3-pointer robot and flash through a quick pair of hand signs, and sort of like as he would end up extending his arm out and slapping his hand against it like on its bicep, as he would end up reeling his hand back with his arm back with his hand still on his bicep as his arm would begin to glow, and also his arm would begin to glow and electricity would fly off of it as he would end up jumping towards the robot, screaming out lightning style lariat as he would punch I guess it would be sort of a clothesline. Either way, he takes off the robot's head, getting him 3 points as Izuku would slightly look back as his confidence would grow as he said, "This is going to be easy." Izuku would proceed to go around for the next 15 minutes, completely destroying and decimating robots, getting himself up to around 70 villain points. But Izuku also ended up saving a few people. One person that he would end up save is a girl with earphone jacks for earlobes, as she was basically getting chased by a 2-pointer robot. Izuku would just what I say yet? Great Flame Annihilation, or was that? No. You have Great Flame Annihilation and Majestic Destroyer's Flame. Those are two different jutsu. Izuku would quickly flash through hand signs as he would use Great Annihilation Flame. Yeah, Great Annihilation Flame as him shooting off the fire would completely disintegrate the robot. As Kyoko would look back in shock, as Izuku would simply just land in front of her, extending out his hand to ask if she was okay. She would end up pointing up behind him and say luck out, as Izuku would end up seeing a 1-pointer robot. Izuku would end up digging in his as he would have pouches full of kunai and other smoke bombs and such. He would end up digging out a paper bomb kunai and throw it at the robot. It would stab inside of the robot and it would explode. He would quickly turn around and grab Kyoko and then sort of run away as he would end up dropping her off and tell her to be safe. She would put up her thumb saying thanks for helping him out, and Izuku would just say no problem. He would go around the test continuing not only A, helping people, but B, also destroying a multitude of robots. He would get around 75 villain points and 16 hero points. After a little while, of course, we all know what would happen. The 0 points would end up appearing, and Izuku would not really have an answer for it. As soon as Uraraka called for help, Izuku would run over, realizing that there was really no way to help her out or stop the robot. He would end up flashing through hands, or let me rephrase it. Izuku would be paint a better picture to say. Izuku would be running towards Uraraka and the robot. While he is running, he would realize that he really has no way to truly destroy the robots. So while he's running, he would quickly flash through hand signs and charge lightning chakra into his hand, as he would end up throwing 3 electric discs at the rocks that were covering Uraraka, as he would yell out lightning triplet. These sort of disc bolts, these 3 lightning shots would end up destroying the rocks and the debris that was keeping Uraraka stuck. And because of this, Izuku would end up making it in time over to her, and he would end up running off. Him using the extra amount of chakra in his legs to basically run away, as he would end up outrunning the robot. Or that's what he thought. The robot would end up looking down as he would end up thrusting his hand forward to end up hitting Izuku. Izuku looking shocked as he thought that there's no way to do. So he basically moved Uraraka off her back and then threw her forward for her to not get crushed. Uraraka would look shocked as she would be looking at Izuku, basically almost sacrificing himself for her. But then suddenly they would both hear a reciprocal burst as Ida would end up flying faster than the robot's hand could move, as he would end up catching Izuku or moving Izuku out the way. Ida, still while holding Izuku, wound up using another reciprocal burst to grab Uraraka and continue running, getting far away from the robot. As President Mike wound up screaming, "It's over!" As Ida wound up sending Izuku and Uraraka down. Izuku ended up thanking Ida, and Uraraka would also thank Ida as well. But she will also thank Izuku. Izuku ended up saying no problem, and Uraraka wound up asking for both of their names. Izuku would with a bright red face. Well, the reason I'm gonna say, let me continue. As Izuku would have a bright red face, and while he would say his name, Izuku Midoriya, and Ida would simply just say, "My name is Tenya Ida. What is yours?" As she would say Uraraka with Chaco. The reason I'm gonna say Izuku didn't blush while talking to Jiro is because all he was doing was saving her, as he didn't really pay attention on her looks or any of that, but he would realize that she's what did Izuku say in the canon? That she's cute. So Izuku would be a lot more infatuated if you would use that word. So since Izuku didn't destroy the robot, he had 16 points. The fact that he just destroyed the debris and saved her, I would say would give him an amount of 10 to 5 points. I'm going to go with 10. 16 would just be 26 plus 70. So 90, what the hell did I say? 75. That's what I said. It said 75, 26. So 1, bang, 1. So it would be like 101, I think. That's right. Don't tell me I'm dumb. 75 plus 26. Boom. What the fuck? Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm literally wasting time in the video to do a math problem. Yeah, I was right. 101. So yeah, Izuku would have gotten 101 points, which would leave most of the people in shock. But mostly All Might, as he would begin to think that Izuku had All for One's quirk, but Nezuko will quickly clear it up, as he would simply say that Izuku was either using chakra or he had an elemental quirk. As All Might would basically say, "Oh, chakra. Wait, wasn't chakra lost a long time ago?" As Nezuko would say, "It's still a possibility." Now, the reason I'm gonna say is the fact that the heroes know about chakra is because, well, the fact that people like Ma and Pa still exist, and the fact that they're in scrolls, and somebody was at the shrine, I would say that chakra is still around, but not used as much or even as all. As their first thought would be like an elemental quirk, but Nezu just brought it up as it would be something fun to think about. Like, imagine a kid having chakra. That'd be cool. But anyway. Easy will end up leaving the city site, the fake city, as he would end up going home. After a little while of him just basically chilling around the house with Ma and Pa, going outside to continuously train. When he ended up getting home from a training session with Ma and Pa, Inka would end up giving him a UA invitation letter, as he would end up opening it up, and Ma and Pa would basically be sitting on his shoulders, looking. Actually, no, they would be sitting on their. Actually, no. When Izuku walked in his room and shut the door, he would like sit it. He would have like a duffel bag on his side, which would not a duffel bag, a backpack, which would have like water, ninja tools, other supplies, towel, and Ma and Pa. When Izuku was about to sit it down, Ma and Pa ended up hopping out of the bag onto his shoulders, and when Izuku sat down and opened up the whatchamacallit, the envelope, Ma and Pa ended up hopping off his shoulders and to look up. As all three of them would look up, as they would basically see All Might. I'm not gonna go over what All Might said. We all know what he says. As basically Izuku would be accepted into UA. After this point, Izuku, I'm gonna say yeah. I don't think Izuku would do much of anything else. Izuku basically ended up celebrating with his mom first before going to the room, celebrating with Ma and Pa, and proceeding to basically just thank and hug the mess out of them, almost popping them like balloons. As while Izuku was crying, he would simply just say that he wouldn't have done anything